Alright. So I might jump back and forth here between trying to get Sinon's outfit and Klein's, just to keep things interesting. Set the screen. There we go. Sorry, not being very interesting right now. I meant to get the stream started hours ago, but I am now on ADD medication and decided to get a bunch of background stuff done for my channel. For some reason, I thought for the longest time that my videos would auto-upload to YouTube because I had YouTube connected. Shockingly, not the case. That would be too easy. And then realized that a bunch of my YouTube stuff apparently didn't save when I was first setting up both of these channels. So yeah, I know that's incredibly interesting information, but that is what I have been doing for the last hour or so. Hope everyone had a good Turkey Day, if you celebrate. If you don't, I mean, honestly, I can get why someone wouldn't necessarily approve of the holiday, given some of its history and whatnot. But I mean, it's just an excuse to eat. Otherwise, depending on where you fall and your family fall, I'm sure it's been a particularly tense November. I think I'm gonna need a new cable, maybe, because this controller is great. Let's try another port. It did this the other day, but we got it working. There we go. Kinda. There. Alright. Hopefully no one reports me for being idle. That was, it's been behaving ever since, it wasn't. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, rough November, depending on who you are. So, can't imagine Thanksgiving's been all that fun for a lot of people. I live quite some distance from a lot of my family, so it's just my wife and I, so I eat her delicious cooking, and we just hang out beyond that. She doesn't go overboard, we just hang out and play video games. It's a nice, peaceful life, I'll take it. So yeah, tonight I am playing with Oberon, or however you want to pronounce it, Oberon. As you may have heard from previous streams, I absolutely hate this character. He's a disgusting perv, and I'm afraid to say anything beyond that. Trip the censors. So, The only reason I am playing with him right now is they are running an EXP boost for characters. Uh, I figure that means if I'm trying to get everyone to level 30, I can use him less. So let's just take care of it. Sooner I can get him to 30, and just that itch, that completionist part of my brain, sooner we can move on to more deserving characters. I do love how they just like rip into him at any given chance. Like that's the only thing that they could benefit from placing him in this game. Otherwise, I'm like, I just don't really understand what we were going for here. There's villains that you love to hate, and then there's just like crossing the line. It's like if they put those two elite, whatever, trainees from Alicization in here. Absolutely not. Let's not do that. And Dial, or whatever, I don't care what you think of her looks. She's just as disgusting. There's really no reason to put any of them in here. I don't know if they thought enough time had passed that would make putting Oberon in here okay. But yeah, we'll just level him up as quickly as we can and get this over with. Apologize if I said that already. Otherwise, you know, I just would really love it if we could get at least one of the outfits we've been trying for the past, like, month or so. You know, I'll harp into it until one of the devs listens to me that it's just ridiculous. It's not necessary to make it this hard to get stuff. You have so many items in this game. And I play this game way too much to have like severe dry spells. But I guess I don't typically play games like this. So maybe I'm just used to being a bit more spoon-fed with my content. So you know, I play games pretty much anytime I'm not at work. So I did set up a schedule for, it says every week, but it doesn't allow you to make a schedule on here week to week, which when you work retail is kind of more what you need. So yeah. I appreciate that I finally picked up some hours, but it's got me working almost every day the week after next, compared to only working like 2 days originally was what I was going to be working next week. So it's hard to set up a regularly expected schedule. It is a completely new job at a location that was literally just built. So it's been a little bit of little bit chaotic. So hopefully things kind of settle in. I haven't even been able to give like an availability sheet. So I went from getting very little in terms of hours, so things have been a little tight, to pretty filled week. So it's going to hinder my ability to schedule, or to stream. Uh, but considering I'm not monetized on here yet, that's probably for the best. As much as I want to get this off the ground, uh, bills aren't going to pay themselves, so. But yeah, I love that they ripped the character to shreds. Like, I can see putting him in there so that they could do that. They didn't really need to make him a playable character. That being said, they make him an absolute wuss. He runs around like an idiot. Uh, But now a good portion of the content from this has been, maybe like a third of it anyways, has been added to YouTube right now. Well, it's in the process of uploading, if I need to be specific. Whenever it's finally made available, feel free to check that out. The hoops you have to jump through YouTube are a lot more than what Twitch expects you to do. So we'll kind of see how this goes. Just kind of hoping for that breakthrough on here. If any of the uploaded content kind of catches fire on YouTube, depending on who pays more, maybe we'll go to one or the other. Or, you know, maybe we can get 2 bites of the apple. We'll see. I'm not holding my breath, though. I need 50 subscribers on Twitch, and we're a tenth of the way there. YouTube expects you to have about 1,000 before they will let you get paid for what you do. Which, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm playing video games like I would for free any other day, so not not going to hold them against them that they want a certain amount of worth presented before they pay out. So for now, well, let's just have fun with it. Given the amount that I complain about some of the characters on here and the terrible drop rates, maybe I should have just named myself Grumpy Gamer. I'm sure someone's already taken that, though. If anyone's curious, the reason we're called Protocol Ruins over here is one of the earlier locations in Digimon World 3 or 2003 if you're across the pond there. I'm gonna get knocked out again. I was just kind of like naming out various locations. I've always been obsessed with Digimon and Digital World. Goodness. People are really on the Kraken tonight. So I was naming off like various locations in various different Digimon worlds. And Protocol Ruins, something about that just sounded BA. Yeah, so it just kind of stuck. You guys almost got to watch the Factorial Town channel. There's 2 different servers in Digimon World 3, so I almost named myself after those. Of course, those are named after locations in Japan, so depending on how much you're into it, you may or may not get it. So I'm like, if I just name the channel Matters, of course, the other issue is pronunciation. I'm sorry, I butcher English names. So I could have called it Amadarusa server, or the more easy to pronounce Asuka server. Unfortunately, also easier to recognize as a location in Japan. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but a lot of my stuff is probably going to lean anime based anyway. But I didn't want to want people to think it was just like me promoting like Japan only content, or touring Japan as much as I would love to. It is not going to happen in the foreseeable future. Who knows? Again, I can only pray that I get some big break on here. I can finally afford that honeymoon to Japan that my wife and I have always wanted. And, the only way I could pay you guys back is to show you some of that adventure. So, no doubt, if we get that break, we'll take that trip. You guys will get to see some of it. It's going to have to be a big enough break, though, that I can afford that extra suitcase on the plane and all the souvenirs. There's plenty of Transformers that only get released in Japan. That seems to be happening less and less. That would probably be a big part of what I would buy when I was there. Heaven knows I'd buy, again, I'm going to harp on it. This is why it's all named after Digimon. I would load up on Japan Digimon cards, figures that we never got here. Heaven knows, so much of the cost of some of those figures is shipping. When you're looking back to collect older figures. I do have physical copies of some of the games that never got translated, never got officially translated in English. So legally, I should be able to stream some of the older Digimon games that got fan translations. We will definitely be doing that if I get more time, or maybe I could finally get the 2 drops I want on here. I could feel like I could move on. But for the various Black Friday stuff, I did buy Digimon Survive, which I have played all the stories for it on the Switch. But I did see that there's some moddable content for it on PC, so that's kind of an excuse for getting it for the PC. And honestly, as many 100 hours, 200 hours, whatever that I put into that, just to play all all the stories on it, I would do it all over again to share with people. Like, yeah, it's a visual novel, but it's more interactive than your typical visual novel. Uh, and they never claimed it was going to be anything more than 70% visual novel and 30% battles. In fact, they said exactly that. Uh, so people are disappointed that they didn't deliver something they never promised. What they did deliver is probably one of the best stories Digimon's ever had. And that's playing both the Cyber Sleuth games. Not to mention Kazuna, which properly made me cry. I know Try caught a lot of I don't know even really how to describe it. It wasn't what people expected, so it was therefore bad. It's just not typically how I view things. I really enjoyed it. I did find some frustrations with it. But again, not at all terrible. And gosh, was it pretty. So, I'll never fully complain about most Digimon things. If I do, it's small gripes. Frontier, as a series, never really liked it as a kid. I watched it again when they all came out on DVD. Oh, we got something! We got a cosmetic! I don't think I've gotten a cosmetic on a stream here yet. Alright, let's see what it is. It's the whale hat. Which, if it covered his disgusting face, we would wear it right away. But it does not. Yeah, as soon as I got this helmet from the trials here, it immediately went on his head. Ah, shoot. I don't want to look at him any more than I have to. It's just really annoying again. I'm a completionist. I'm going to work towards unlocking his outfit. I want everyone's outfit. I'm sure it will look good on someone. Just not that ugly mug. Smug mug. And I really need to go through my weapons and figure out the level up process and all that good stuff. It's just, I don't know enough of the process. I hate wasting materials. I am the person who's got, dozens of, max revives or whatnot by the end of the game, because like, what if you need them? Well, I need them. Well, we're not using them because I might really need them. But yeah, I think the only English translated series that I just cannot get behind is Fusion. I've heard the subbed is so much better. Of course, you hear that about pretty much anything. The sub is better. The sub is better. So it's harder to take serious. Uh, all I know is some scenes visualized. I'm like, I don't know how an original translation can make that better. Uh, it's made for a younger audience. I'm sure it appealed to that audience. It did not in the West. uh, I like, again, Digimon themselves, I love. Doesn't really matter what they do with it. I'm not a huge fan of like the whole fusion versus Jagras concept. It worked in a way. Some of them looked amazing. Decker-German, oh my god. But some of the Shoutmon combinations, I'm like, that is that is a combiner for Transformers more than that is a Digimon. Omnimon, most of the body is strictly its own Digimon. War Greymon and Metal Garurumon create components of it that look very good. But they're not the body. I think the closest thing off the top of my head that would be close to that would be under like the Jagras / DNA Digivolution, that would be approximate to what you get from Fusion or Xros or whatever you want to call it, would be the 02 Ultimate Evolutions. But there's something about those that's just cleaner. But you can clearly see where, like, this part is Stingmon, and it wraps around Pyeldramon like this, and this part is clearly XVmon, that forms the main body, and it's just sleeker. But other than that, I even liked the Digimon Adventure : or probably easier to just call it Digimon Adventure 2020. That looked so clean. It just didn't fall within the guidelines of being an adventure like the original Digimon Adventure. Extremely episodic. The biggest menaces in Digimon history show up and they're gone in an episode or two, like Millenniumon. But just getting to see some of the Digimon in it art-wise, amazing. Again, just getting to see some of those lesser-seen Digimon in fluidity, I'll never fully complain about Digimon Adventure 2020. Could it have been done better? Way better. And then you got a Ghost game that a lot of people didn't like because it was episodic, which is what it was promised to be. It never said it was going to be anything other than that. It said it was going to be episodic. It did an amazing job at being episodic. You'd get a lot of drama starting out the episode, and then that would be resolved by the end of the episode. Some of the concepts that they'd introduce, you're like, well, maybe this one's going to be a two-parter. And they'd find a way to wrap it up in that episode and wrap it up well, which is, amazing. It was some heavy stuff. I know Tamers gets to beat its chest about how dark it is. Uh, it was definitely dark in a more serious way, uh, but this level of like body horror, sometimes maybe a little unnecessary, uh, has never been done in a Digimon series before. And for something that definitely I think had its aim at being aimed at children, that you didn't have to follow this full series to kind of get the gist of what was going on in each episode. They did a great job. uh, it definitely filled its obligations. It lived up to its title. Uh, I am not surprised that it hasn't been dubbed. I honestly, some of it, I just don't know how they're going to be able to market it in the West for something that's intended for children. Um, a lot of people, a lot of the terrible things that happened do get resolved by the end of the episode. I can think of at least one where it didn't. Arukenimon appears and literally, not on camera, but she eats people's heads. It's pretty descriptive in what happens. She eats their heads off. She says that's what she's gonna do. Uh, there's there's no coming back from that when they take her out, like most other events in the series. Uh, so yeah, uh, considering I watch a lot of my anime as I'm playing games, I just can't watch subbed a whole lot. Uh, it has to be very much one episode at a time, so I can watch a lot of it as it airs. But once it's out, it's very hard to convince myself to watch it one episode at a time. Which is why I haven't gone back to watch X-Ross or Cross in its original format. Which is really annoying. I'd love to watch it because I'm sure it doesn't make as much sense in if I were to watch that last season where they bring everyone back, kind of in a Red Ranger style. uh, for the last season, last few episodes of the third season that never got dubbed, which, considering apparently it was better in its original style and that they butchered it, yeah, that's gonna happen. Uh, I'm sure the way it tanked in the West is a large part of why Ghost Game wouldn't get dubbed, because there's ways to dance around it that they always find a way to censor stuff. So that's not an excuse, but I'm sure it's a large part of why that hasn't happened. I'm just glad Kizuna got dubbed. It's like Digimon 2020 got dubbed, but they released it in such a stupid way. In such a slow release, too, that's been hard to kind of go back and watch. It's, I believe it's on Hulu now, which if you're like watching the original Japanese release on Hulu, like they only got approval to watch it to release like the first 50 episodes, and then there were like 60 something. Gotta love modern day contracts and how they've influenced how we get our media. It's really unfortunate. I'd love to be able to stream Zoids, but contractually whoever owns it doesn't want to provide it for people to watch, but then they still will do copyright strikes when it gets listed on stuff like YouTube. I'm like, well, if you're not selling it, why can't I borrow it? Yeah, you have content, you're not monetizing it. Why is it not allowed for someone else to provide it if they're not getting paid either? But yeah, I figure the connection here is as far as the video games go, Bandai's in charge of that. Of course, they've done a horrible job communicating the latest game for Digimon. You know, we were supposed to get this one based off the Olympus 12 after they were finished with Digimon Survive, and we every now and then, like, the most they do is pop in. It's like, we're still working on it. Information coming soon. Yeah, the last time they said information coming soon was for their Digimon Day event this year, which was what, February? No, March. So yeah, not brilliant. Considering the year's almost over, I'm gonna have to review what soon means. And then Habu-san, which is the guy who resurrected the Digimon games to the point that people called him Habumon, is no longer working on Digimon projects, so that's kind of scary too. If it gets released, which don't want to be a fearmonger, you know, as long as they're still working on it. You know, oh goodness. Stay down. I appreciate that it's going to be focused around something other than the Royal Knights. I'm sure they'll still play a part in it. They always do. But there's always been like a segment in the games that features or involves the Royal Knights, and I appreciate that, you know, they're there. You can do kind of a quick nod to them, but they don't need to be front and center for everything. It's been done. It's gonna be nice to focus on something other than them. I loved Digimon Crusaders, or when they brought it west, would have been Digimon Heroes, which was a mobile game. They really tried drawing out the actual story form for the game, and then had to rush it when, of course, Bandai wanted to close the doors on it prematurely. But you know, being able to focus on one of the Olympus 12, that was pretty yeah. That was pretty fun. We've done it, mate. There we go. It just wouldn't let me finish that attack. Probably kept getting hit. So yeah, as much as I talk about Digimon, I did stream them briefly once. That would have been, goodness, I've been talking so much, I've suddenly lost words. Goodness sakes. It just entirely got deleted. Next Order, Digimon World Next Order, which is intended to be a sequel to the very first Digimon game. I did stream that once. We got all the way up to Ultimate that day, which I was playing on normal mode, which is basically easy mode. Easy mode on that game is basically a story mode. And the normal mode is extraordinarily hard. The actual gameplay I wouldn't say is that hard, but getting any evolution you want, the level up requirements are just absurd. So I'm kind of planning on, if I can ever get what I want from this, we'll kind of run through Next Order. I'll most likely try to get through a good chunk of the game before I try turning up the difficulty. I did try doing a run through on the supposed normal mode. It's back when I got it for the Switch, which I've bought it I think like 3 times now. I think I maybe got about a little over halfway through it. I'd have to check to be sure, but I do know I played like 50 hours on it. And for a game that really doesn't have that much content, just means you're doing a lot of grinding. I know maybe that's not entirely different from what we're doing here. But at least here it maybe is a bit more rewarding that I can really talk, considering I just got my first cosmetic drop in probably a week or so. But you know, it is what it is. You just can't win a race you're not in. So we're just gonna keep plugging away. no one get mad at me for just, obviously I'm not doing so well here. Uh, I am also doing some of my dailies on Solo Leveling Arise, just doing setups. Uh, and then letting it autoplay. Uh, considering my schedule tomorrow, I'm just not going to get to it before the server resets, so please don't be angry with me. But I am not contributing nearly as much as some of these other folks anyways, so honestly I feel bad. I'm probably just third wheeling it here. I don't typically use flying characters on here, so I keep forgetting that he actually can. I will say, like I know SAO catches a lot of crap, that some of it's can be very cringeworthy, and I won't entirely disagree. There were a couple of moments in Alicization that were strictly unnecessary. Like it forwarded the characters, but you didn't need to put SA in it to further the plot. And the same thing, like why I hate Oberyn so much. What he does to Asuna in the first series is like what he did to her, what he intended to do to her. Let's just say it was inappropriate. Unforgivable would probably be the more appropriate word. But like I know Kirito gets talked about a lot. You know, he's this Gary Sue, he's plot armor, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I enjoy series where the main character has plot armor. I want him to win, or I want her to win. I want to see that happen. I really don't care for shows where it's something awful happens to one of the main casts that, you know, you've got a connection with, and like I like good, happy outcomes. I want to feel safe while I'm watching it. I watch stuff to relax and be able to kind of turn my brain off and just enjoy it. You can't really do that when characters that you've grown to love and adore are being threatened. There's a few shows that like I've really enjoyed them. I will never watch them again. It's just too much. You know, I know what's going to happen. I know I'm not going to feel comfortable. It leads to me rewatching the same stuff over and over again. I know the outcome. It's safe. You know, I love the chilling adventures of Sabrina. I'm not going to watch it again. It has zero rewatchability to me if it ends tragically, or if it's just like overly scary throughout. Just not what I'm looking for. I will say, like, when I do rewatch SAO, I rewatch a lot of Alicization. There's 2 episodes I skip. DIL, I think that's her name. And what she does to Leafa. No, we did not need to air that. And then obviously those 2 upper tier swordsmen or whatever in the Swordsman Academy. Nope. If I do watch those episodes, there's a lot of fast forwarding. But I usually watch the Gun Gale episodes the most. There's just something really satisfying about those. Our poor Kirito being uploaded looking like a girl. He does not look bad as a girl, like, at all. You know, again, I'm bi. I think the long girly hair, even if that's just who he was, he had that hair and never tried saying he was a girl. I think I'd like him very much just as a boy that looked like that. Wish he had been a bit more honest with Sinon, but you know, maybe it would have been an entirely different story. Who knows? He makes for a very good-looking femboy in that season. I love his dynamic with Sinon. You know, I feel like maybe Sinon had this level of relief of like, yay, another girl who will play this game with me. I know she shows a lot of discomfort when she's first introduced to the rest of the girls. Kirito's unfortunate harem. But she does end up, you know, clearly getting along with them enough that they play a ALO together. I just feel like outside of her unfortunately laughing coffin buddy, she didn't have a whole lot of friends. So the fact that she could put up with Kirito long enough that she got a whole group of friends, I think was pretty cool. I love her introduction into the Alicization arc. that she gets to come in as a goddess with this like really BA bow. Uh, I'm really hoping that gets added into this. Uh, I don't know at this point if I would prefer it to be paid for or a drop. Um, if I had the money for this game, where the supposedly free content, should you ever get it, was paid for, I would probably just dump money on this game. Don't get me wrong, I like playing it, but it's very hard for those dopamine receptors when the only thing you're really working for is the cosmetics, and you could play this game for hours a day for a week and get 1 or 2 items, and good luck getting 2. But, anyways, can you tell I'm ADD? And I think the medication's probably wearing off. So, yeah, Scary Sue or not, Kirito, he's just a really cool guy. You know, he has this ridiculous guilt complex that part of me just can't understand. I mean, and then part of me relates excessively to. Cause like, the dumbest things will make me feel guilty, and you just can't turn it off, or you start going through that slideshow of your life, and you're like, oh yeah, I could have done that better. But like he has guilt about leaving Klein behind in that like first episode, and you know, he thought logically he wanted to take Klein with him. Klein just couldn't go, and knowing the world was set up the way it was, Kirito wasn't the kind to just like hang out on floor 1. So he had to move on, and he had to be efficient about it, or you know, survive or die. You know, I don't hold that against anyone. If you're in a survival situation and you do something to me, I may not understand it at first. I may be really upset at you, because like you didn't have to treat me like that, you know. But if you're in a fight for your life and I figure out that that's what was wrong with it, what wrong with you in that situation, I'm like, I can't hold that against you. Doesn't mean we have to be friends after, but I don't think you should have to feel guilty about it. And considering this was a very literal survival situation, not something contrived, not having like a manic episode, though those are valid. You know, I just don't. Klein doesn't hold it against him. I don't know why Kirito would hold it against himself for so long. And goodness, I can't remember her name right now, but you know, part of the reason that he goes solo again is after that girl dies and he blames himself. I'm like, it's survival guilt. It's a legitimate condition. It's just not one I guess I've always understood, but um, it's not something anyone should ever blame themselves. You lived, they didn't. Um, you can grieve their loss, but you should never blame yourself. And then the death of Yu-Gi-Oh. Which the creator had said if it weren't for the fact that Kirito knew he was in a committed relationship on the outside of the underworld, and that he was doing everything he could to get out of the underworld and find Asuna again, he would have been in a relationship with Yu-Gi-Oh. Just the the way he breaks down after leaving the underworld, and that like wishes that not only had the past 100 years been deleted in his brain, but also any memories of Yu-Gi-Oh. That goes beyond friendship. That I think even goes beyond this level of brotherhood that, you know, people could claim. You know, it's going to take some work to get kind of an SAO level show with male-male relationship like that. I think it would... having like Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh together in a fantasy online reality like this, I think that could have been an incredible show. I like Asuna. I totally understand their relationship. Let's just say I wouldn't blame him if he left her for Yu-Gi-Oh in another world, another reality. And again, the way he reacts to Yu-Gi-Oh's death and reliving that trauma when he gets out, I just can't imagine what's going through his head in this game. Now that Yu-Gi-Oh's kind of thrown back into the mix. Because I did not expect this game, and I went in fairly blind, so I don't know how much was really revealed beforehand. I knew it was going to be this mix or clash of worlds that, you know, you're going to have various ALO characters, ALO outfits. Same for GGO and SAO. But sorry, getting a bunch of notifications on my phone. But I didn't realize that this game took place in the anime universe. That just blew me away when they run into him. It's like, but they're supposed to be dead. They're supposed to be dead. Because you run into that also with Kuki. Or not Kuki. I'm not playing Genshin right now. Yuki. So I just thought that was pretty incredible. And then they still put Straya in it. So and I've talked about this part on the stream before too. But yeah, spoilers for the DLC. It's been out for a while now. If you haven't played it, that's kind of on you. But yeah, they run into Straya, and Straya, you know, talks about how well she knows him, and they don't recognize her at all. Which I will admit, like some of the earlier SAO games, I did not get that far in, so I haven't, if like barely progressed. So we can always play those at another point too, maybe. Again, I would love to get the two things I really want on here, and then maybe I could feel like I could play this a little less. But anyway, so they run into Straya, and Straya talks about how well she knows them, and oh yeah, you know, Asuna's cooking is amazing, and they're all like, "Who the heck are you?" I just can't imagine being in a situation like that where you like know someone so well, and then when you go to run into them and they have no idea who you are. You know, it's not like it's an unused trope either, or you get time travel, stuff like that. So I think if there were Straya, I would be panicking, but you know, Straya is Straya. She exudes confidence. So yeah, she just explains how she knows him and like what happens. This nexus moment for the video games, which somehow ends up managing that anyone who dies in the anime reality never actually dies in the video game reality, which is convenient. But yeah, like, yeah, I know I've talked about how I actually adore plot armor because it makes me feel comfortable watching a show. You know, it hit me pretty hard when Yuki actually passed, because SAO starts as a death game, like I know, and it made it hard to convince me to watch it because my wife would watch some of it first, and she was like, "This is incredible! You gotta watch this. I know you'd enjoy it." Just kind of knowing the concept of it made it hard to sit down and watch it, but I'm a sucker for a good relationship, and the dynamics that Asuna and Kirito show in the first series, it's you love to watch it. So, yeah, you weren't unaware of the deaths that were taking place, but you know, outside of like, God, and I feel terrible, I forgot her name. I'm sure if I do have anyone watching now, sorry, I'm not paying attention to the chat. I'm sure it's being shouted at me by this point. But you know, you can kind of count on one hand like the amount of important deaths in the series. And you just so anyways, by the time it gets to Yuki, you're just you're hoping against hope, and like, she's, holy crap, we got 2 in a day. You're just like, there's got to be a way to save her, one way or another. You know, she's not gonna die for real. You know, you wouldn't do that. This isn't. She didn't die because of something in SAO. She wasn't a target of Death Gun. There's no reason to to kill her. Uh, of course, it was a weapon. Oh, this game hates me. It legitimately, it seems like the devs hate everyone who plays this game. Because they've been talked to about it over and over again. The only time it's gotten increased was for that special boss, which I did not air because I did not do anything. I very much just sat in the background and shot as often as I could and avoided attacks while playing as Sinon, who I only have up to level 50, and I haven't done any of this stuff for leveling up weapons or accessories. So yes, I got the drop. No, I didn't really contribute, and I happened to get in a very good group probably after about like the 7th time I'd joined and let myself be carried. I will cop to that. But yeah, oh shoot. I was trying to level up Oberon. Okay. I should have set him as a favorite. I have him set as a favorite on my Rogue Ally. But didn't realize that didn't carry over. And then I just haven't gone back to it. But yeah, I think Yuki's death was unnecessary. Like, even if you had her succumb to her illness, like, we know that characters in this new age can have their consciousness survive. That we've seen that handful of times with Kayaba. That he's clearly taken advantage of this in some way. Maybe, like, I guess, like, at the time of her death, it might not have been public knowledge, but considering, like, they killed him and he then talks to them afterwards, that Asuna and himself should technically have died when they cleared the game, but didn't. Oh, good. They're ripping through it. It's like, well, you know, you can't time when Yuki would have died from her illness. I'm like, yes, you can. It's not real. You just had to, like, have her survive in the background. You could have had her get really sick and, like, take a season off or whatever. I was like, oh, well, we found out how to copy memories from Kayaba, or now we've got the soul translator. We need to revisit Yuki and upload her consciousness. Like, why not? Or, you know, it's been around for some time, and the game was cleared in our our timeline now, actually. I think, what was it, November 7th? The game officially had been cleared, and everyone was logged out of SAO. Like, so when the story had first been written and Yuki would have died, they were, you know, 2025, 2026. You know, at least. You know, and at the time that seemed so far in the future. You know, what she's sick with, it's clearly some kind of autoimmune. You know, if the tech is clearly ahead of what we have available right now. So it definitely takes place in some alternate universe where we've got less inhibitions to technology. Uh, I just don't see how in that reality that they couldn't have saved her physically, and if they couldn't save her physically, they could have saved her mentally. I don't think she deserved to go the way she did. Geez, they were wiping the floor with this Mr. Tentacle Mop here. You could see his HP bar draining, and now it's just all of a sudden started dragging out. How am I always so slow? But yeah, someone with Kirito's level of self-sacrifice, his level of support for his friends, his found family. I think he's a great character. Again, he feels this like incredible sense of guilt. He even feels guilt for killing 3 laughing, coughing members. I'm like, why? One tried killing you, your girlfriend. One tried killing, or 2 others tried killing you, your guild, literally. I think anyone who would feel that level of that has a sense of worth of life, I guess. That he has this like very rigid persona as far as like caring for other people. Oh, looks like my cat wants to join the stream. Yes, Pumpkin. Well, also just being this otherwise kind of soft-faced, gentle, caring person. It's just it just makes it easy to watch whatever he's gonna do next in the story. Bryce, I've never heard his name pronounced. Papenbrook, does a great job for his voice actor in English. voicing him in English. uh, he's definitely one of those people, like, he may have never set out to be a leader, but he does a really great job at it. Of course, again, him and Yujio being very cute doesn't hurt anything. Sorry, I'm kind of phoning it in right now. Alright, I'm back. So yeah, sorry for going silent there. I just thought I'd check something out on my phone real quick, and of course it's never as fast as you think it's going to be. I think after this run I'm going to take a quick break. I'll just leave it on mute for a bit. I keep forgetting his stuff takes a couple of things to set up. Oh, that didn't work. I definitely did not deserve that. Good going to the rest of the team. Sorry, he could have scored even higher. Alright. 11 more levels. I think we can do it. Alright, so I'm gonna put this on the title screen because I'm probably gonna be longer than it's gonna let me to without kicking me out. Okay, I am going on mute. See you in a few minutes. Sorry, that was a bit longer than what we were going for. Just making sure everything's still working. It's like too much going on at once. Hopefully you at least enjoy the music. So yeah. Sorry, I did see that we got a couple of people that spoke up in chat. I am always doing something else on my phone. Excuse me. At least when I'm doing these late night ones, I do have a tablet. I just need to dig it out. Sorry, this may be not the most professional stream that you've otherwise normally enjoyed, but thank you for sticking it out with me. Oh, he doesn't have to pout. But yeah, if I'm streaming at night, I am usually trying to take care of my solo leveling dailies. Their server resets the same time as the SAO server, of course. But yeah, I'm not like an up and atom person either. So I work through an hour past server reset tomorrow. So if I don't take care of it tonight, it's not getting done. If I start it too late, I'm gonna be too angry and tired to focus while I'm at work. I don't know why the default height for flying is higher than your opponent's. Because like getting back down isn't particularly easy. The SAO Lost Song, the ALO focused game, at least you can hit the up and down arrows to kind of slide up, slide down. It's not as easy in this. You kind of have to go forward, up and down. And your left-right is more camera controlled than it is actually controlling the character, so it results in these like rather awkward turns. I haven't played the ALO game in some time, so I got it for like $5 again on Steam here recently, or something like that. It was something just ridiculously cheap. Uh, so it's another one of the games on the list I would love to stream on here. Uh, I again, I apologize if anyone's motion sick during some of the flight elements on that. Uh, it takes a little bit of work for me to get back into stuff like that. So. But again, there's elements in that should make it smoother. Like, I'm sure it's a cost effect thing, but I'm like, SAO is a big enough brand, does it really cost that much to dub it in English? Like, is the, like, I know it's loved a lot more in the West, but is its following in, or, I know it's loved a lot more in Asia. There we go. But is its following in the West? Not worth dubbing it. Because it's not like they made it text only in Japan, so I mean they definitely thought it was worth dubbing it in Japanese. You know, and the Tales of games get dubbed. I'd love to see like the analytics on it. Of course, again, would I even understand what I was looking at? But you know, it definitely feels like Bandai has their favorite children, and then there's like kind of those stuck in the middle, and then their least favorite. No matter how many times that those particular brands like prove themselves, it just seems like they never reinvest in them to improve them. I will by no means like say that Digimon is like a mega hitter, but it just seems like it gets forgotten or lost a lot from Bandai. You know, the Tales of games get dubbed. Then you get like Dragon Ball, which is just like, if they could hold that brand any higher, its head would be beyond the clouds. Like, you just wonder sometimes like why they own some of the stuff that they own and why they haven't sold it off to someone that would treat it better. See, there's the outfit we're trying to get. And she's probably not going to sit still long enough for us to actually show it off. Of course not. Well, and I wish we could preview the cosmetics a little bit better, especially considering like how much effort you have to put into getting them. Like they let us preview the cosmetics in the shop, obviously, because we're paying for them, but technically we paid for these too when we bought the game. I just, because there's another one that looks a lot like the one that Sinon's wearing. But if it is, it's, I'm guessing, like a more modest version of it, or maybe it's just a different outfit entirely. But it looks like a lot, like it's the same outfit, just her stomach's covered. In another, I think it's in one of the co-op missions. But yeah, I'm really hoping this at least takes off in even like the most minimum way. I would love to make this my full-time job. I'm sure that's a pipe dream, just trying to break into this. But again, I've got such a huge log of video games. I would just love to share them with people that are also just passionate. Kind of, again, working on things to optimize a bit. I want to be more active in the chat. I feel really bad I haven't had anyone interact the last couple of times, so I prioritized other things and didn't get my tablet ready, and you know, a couple of people here wanted to talk, and I missed it by some time. So I am sorry, guys. I hope you're enjoying it. Thanks for stopping by. I did get a capture card for my Switch. I'm hoping when that comes in, I'll probably do like little micro streams here and there, if I can fit them in. Uh, I figured with them now rewarding you for finishing certain dexes, I'll probably do a series of me just going around Paldea trying to get that shiny Meloetta reward. So if you'd enjoy like a small series of me just touring, like I know it's crap talked a lot that it's you know, one of the buggiest regions we've ever gotten and whatnot. Which really isn't fair. The Diamond and Pearl remakes exist, as Joe Merrick of Cerebi is so fond of saying. Uh, Beyond, as far as I'm concerned, it's one of the most beautiful regions we've gotten. And actually, well, I guess it won't actually be Paldea that I'm touring. Paldea Dex is complete, or Paldea. Sorry, if I've ever mostly just seen a word written, my pronunciation is going to be garbage. So it'll actually be the Blueberry Academy, the Not Aether Foundation island. And Kitakami. Which I think I only half finished locally and at best when I played Scarlet, and then pretty much just dumped from home to finish the decks. So there's quite a lot to do for those. So I'll be playing through actually on Violet, because that's going to be the most representative of how poor my my home dex is going to be for those areas. So I figure that's going to be the easiest one to track everything down, get one of them all, dump them back into home. And you can check out my overflowing mess of a Pokemon home. It's in sore need of organization. I tried doing a bit on my phone with it one day, and I think all I did was make it worse, because I locked a bunch of guys I didn't want to accidentally dump, and then now it just makes it harder to go through it and dump it from the system. It's like I should probably just, I guess, get back into it on my phone and clean it out maybe before I start streaming that. Knowing the way I plan stuff, probably not. So again, you'll probably get to see this tragic, disorganized mess of Pokemon boxes. So look forward to that. So I'm like, if I want to eventually get everyone to level 50, I should probably just work on getting him to 50. So it seems to be about once a month for a few days they'll boost the character rank, and then a few days they'll boost the player rank. Well, once you hit level 100 on your player rank, that doesn't help you. So yeah, Uh,
さっさと型をつけようじゃないか。
so I can really only take advantage of a few days and play the game as often as I can and get my most hated characters to level 50 so I can play with them less. Uh, that is the goal.
大したようじゃない。素晴らしいさ。
That's the only benefit you have of making him a playable character is if you're not an expert, you get to put him through the most torture he's been since Kirito stabbed him through the eye. Well, and they did kind of give this the same kind of SAO rhetoric that only slightly different. Because like SAO is guaranteed, you die in the game, you die for real. This is simulated to be a real enough memory-based experience, and not knowing what factors were involved when these worlds were clashed together, that if you die a real enough death in this game that it could be at least traumatizing and at worst make you, having lived through that death, feel like push you to actually die in reality. That being said, like, yes, it's a real experience, but if it still carried over the pain dampening of the games, Oberon's reaction to any hit he takes is so over the top. Jeez. Yeah, what was I saying exactly? So I guess there's a certain level of satisfaction I can take in having to play him. Well, and I don't typically do boss raids except for this one, because this is the only one I really need, oh, he has to be on the ground to use that move. Bleh. This is the only one that I really need, or really want a cosmetic from. So I'm not used to, queues lining up so fast, because co-op quests it's just abysmal trying to get groups together. You know, it generally doesn't take longer than a few minutes, but when you're trying to multitask like I usually am, that's a few minutes that you've got to put a team together and then set for auto and solo leveling on your phone. And this, the groups come together so fast. You don't have that luxury, so it's, you know, a blessing and a curse. But I guess point is that generally how it goes for boss raids, or is it unique to this boss? Is Yui just like particularly fast? And like I don't know that I've experienced that for the like couple of times I played with her. It just seems like Yui's are getting the last hit a lot tonight. Well, and for the most part, my teammates seem to just beat the thing so fast that my presence isn't really necessary, which is good because I'm not all that helpful sometimes, especially. I don't know what some people have been doing on here that they've got these like. You know, again, you can level up or augment your weaponry. Again, I don't like wasting materials until I know exactly what I'm doing with them, and I just haven't had the time to dig into the details. So that's like one way that they powered them up, but people have like level 100 characters, and I guess if you only focused on one character, that'd be one thing, but I'm like, I sink a lot of time into this game. I just can't imagine how much other people are sinking into this game if they're doing that on top of trying to get all the abilities unlocked. Because I know a lot of people have focused on that, which that's why I'm not doing really anything else. That's my primary focus right now is just unlocking every piece of a game. Like if I enjoy a game, that's generally what I try to do. I'll suck every ounce of joy out of it. I thought they fixed the tentacles here. The camouflaged tentacles until you do X amount of damage. But yeah, I've never been like a stats freak as far as games go. I'm like, you don't know what you don't know. And the stats are generally the least interesting part of a game. You know, you enjoy by doing, and having to like break down all the pieces of a weapon and get every possible part and all that lined up. It's just generally not entertaining. Alright, so I'm gonna go on mute for a few more minutes, but I'm gonna keep playing.
界のクラーケンジアビスロード。無数の触手を呼び出す厄介なやつじゃ。物量に押されぬよう本体と触手を分担して攻略するのじゃ。
ボスを超える者はいない。技を見せて効率でいかぶってやる。おお、こいつはいい。
腕の切断成功したな。やった。腕を破壊したようじゃな。素晴らしいぞ。
オゼイロスイッチ。
赤い部位が治ってしまったな。油断せず行くのじゃ。腕を切断したぞ。なかなかやるな。切断成功したな。やった13チェイン。怒涛の連続攻撃じゃな。赤い部位が治ってしまったな。油断せず行くのじゃ。
ボスはフラフラだ。攻め時だぞ。頭を使わないと。ボスを超える者は
腕を破壊したようじゃな。素晴らしいぞ。腕を切断したぞ。なかなかやるな。
ごきげんよう。いいものをあげる。とどめなよ。王の護衛よ。来たれ。
ボスが破壊部位を再生したぞ。注意するのじゃ。
ごきげんよう。
ごめんね。どうもありがとう。
気が利くね。 僕には当たり前の結果だね。完璧な妖精王に近づきつつあるのだ。行くとしよう。僕が選ばれるのは当然だね。
リロード。リロード。リロードする。今です。これで。これなら当たって。これなら隙ありです。これなら隙ありです。これなら当たって。今です。
僕がいれば勝ったも同然さ。
深海のクラーケンジ・アビスロード。無数の触手を呼び出す厄介なやつじゃ。物量に押されぬよう本体と触手を分担して攻略するのじゃ。
とどめだよ。
腕の切断成功したな。よくやった。
気が利くね。
よくやった。ボスが赤い部位を再生したぞ。注意するのじゃ。オベイロ。13チェーン。だってあんな連続攻撃じゃな。
Okay, I am back. Always have a quick download when Mrs. Ruins gets home.
素晴らしいぞ。
I do wish when his outfit's transferred that those butterfly wings would go with it, but I doubt it. You know, it's funny because this is one of the first SAO games that really got accolades, but accolades. But like, it is legitimately one of the hardest ones to find details about online, as far as like cosmetics, some of the mechanics. Like, I think any other game would have probably data mined the drop rates by now. It's like afraid to ask random questions on Reddit for some dude bro to tell you to Google it, and I'm like, why do you think I'm here? I did that and found nothing. Get inked right before the end, so you get this black screen instead of actually seeing someone do their finisher.
まあまた楽しめたじゃない。もっと行くとする。
お疲れ様ですね。
なんだねこれは。
It's like I already got 2 random blah cosmetics somehow tonight, so I should have just stopped after the second one, but I guess we're leveling up our characters with the boosts this week anyway, so we'll just keep her going.
僕には当たり前の結果だね。ランクアップか。当然の結果だね。
Alright, one more go and we'll get him to 30.
スカッそれなら
気をつけ。
行くとしよう。
Kick his butt, Silica.
やれやれ。僕の出番かい。
や
僕がいれば勝ったも同然さ。
深海のクラーケンジャービスロード。無数の触手を呼び出す厄介なやつじゃ。物量に押されぬよう本体と触手を分担して攻略するのじゃ。
レベルアップ。
But the Kraken boss on here is probably one of the more challenging ones in the story mode here. I was playing through and just trying to catch up with the story and try to get going on the trials, and I had already gotten a late start to the game because I was part of that whole Verizon crap out for the internet, so I could barely play online, or couldn't at all that one day, and it had already started acting funny a couple days before, and even after they supposedly fixed it, I had like over a week and a half where I just could not access this game online, so I could only play the story mode offline. So anyways, I was catching up on the story mode, and was like, alright, one more before bed, and because the chapters had been relatively like condensed and quick and fun, I was like, alright, I'll do one more and I'll go to bed. And then got up to this boss and was like having a hell of a time just keeping my eyes open as it was, and it was like the most involved fight of the game till that point. Like, he's over here, take out the tentacles. I'm like, like, I already committed to doing this. And there must have been like some story leading up to it. And, by the time I realized that I wasn't exactly up for playing it, I had already gotten too far in and didn't want to like back down either. Surprised someone revived me there. It seemed like whenever anyone came in to help, they got knocked out. Just ends up being this chain of wipeouts. If I ever not revive someone, it's like, is there really a point? So you're gonna clock out in 3 seconds, and then I'll have interrupted that by a second, and before I get anywhere helping you, I get my butt knocked to the floor. That's gotta be Fuka.
ちょっと力貸して。
最高じゃないか。さすが僕だね。完璧な妖精を
Sweet.
近づきつつあるのだ。
Alright, yeah, I've gotten him to 30. I'm like, I'm gonna get them all to 50. Like, if I take advantage of the EXP boost, then I don't have to play with him as often. So we're just gonna keep going with Oberon. Sooner I get him to 50, the sooner we can leave.
やれやれ。僕の出番かい。
I think Fallen suits him.
小休止でも取らない？いいかもしれませんね。
さっさと型をつけようじゃないか。
深海のクラーケンジャービスロード。無数の触手を呼び出す厄介なやつじゃ。
Fighting the invisible tentacle again.
本体触手を分担して攻略するのじゃ。
This might end up being the last run. The people I've been paired with since I had to take a rest break haven't been knocking him out quite as fast. So it's harder to get more of these in. If this isn't the last one, we'll do one more.
腕の切断成功したな。よくやった。腕を切断したぞ。なかなかやるな。オベイロン、続けて。赤いビーが治ってしまったな。油断せず行くのじゃ。
Well, I'm like, what do these little kind of mini games during a boss fight actually do? Because you have like most damage in one hit, and I'm like, you have almost no time to prove yourself. But I guess if you're min-maxing your characters, then you don't really need any time. You just need to hit them because it's one time. But like when it's longest combo and you have almost no time to do it, I'm like, what's the point? Someone could hit their 100 combo and break it, and it's like, okay, they won. I'm like, okay, well, I was in the middle of building my combo and certainly wasn't going to hit 100, but the game doesn't know that. Or it's like, all right, highest combo wins X points for their party. Um, but it's in this point where unless you've got a flyer or a ranger, you're not hitting the thing anyway. Like, okay, well, as soon as it lands, I'll try building that combo. Oh, combo build time's over. Okay. Or yeah, damage the weak point. Again, you need a ranger to damage the one weak point that's always accessible, which is one of the eyes. Need to use that. And then the other weak points, again, unless you're a flyer or a ranger, aren't reachable. Which is only after the arm's been broken, too. Like, it makes more sense for other bosses, it just... some of this stuff just doesn't translate as well to the Kraken. I think that's the first time I've ever joined a counter for this one. A lot of firsts tonight. Yeah, I think we'll be able to just squeeze one more in. After that, I really should probably wind down. First day of the new store actually being open tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Downside of a brand new store is we're expected to open tomorrow and had 4 trucks delivered on Wednesday right before Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, we'll do one more. Alright, of course. Not what I meant to hit. Alright. Alright, now we'll do one more. Of course, I'm like, we can squeeze one more in. It's like we've been filling 20 rooms, 20 people in a room like clockwork. Apparently everyone else has to start getting ready for bed too. Of course, I'm on the Asian server, so unless they gave up on the game as well.
王自ら戦うんだ。感謝したまえ。王にひれ伏したまえ。
Alright, Onimas.
無数の触手を呼び出す厄介なやつじゃ。物量のさらによ本体と触手を分担して攻略するのじゃ。
It did not hurt that bad. It's like I don't remember what his in real life name was. Kind of wish I knew it because I don't like giving him that power that he's like Fairy King Oberon. Like,
腕を切断したぞ。なかなかやるな。
like you're not a king.
返したようじゃな。素晴らしいぞ。
Not a king anymore, then you would have treated Asuna as a wife.
ボスが破壊部位を再生したぞ。
What amazes me too is like that was gonna be like an arranged marriage, and then it didn't stop her parents at all. Like, I know we made this mistake, but we still want to set you up with someone. Like, no, I am fully set with a guy that protected me and saved my life on more than one occasion. Like, you think after this guy rescued you from this death game, B, he rescued you from your would-be shudder to think spouse, and then not only would you still try to arrange marriage just for basically money, if you're going to arrange it, I'm like, just arrange it with the guy that's obviously got your daughter's best interests in mind. It's like he may not have money right now, his family may not have a lot of money right now, but it's like, I think he's proven himself. And not like it's all been one-sided either. I don't watch a whole lot of that arc just for that whole back and forth issues with her mother.
後悔しても遅いよ。
It's like I won't call it entirely like she's stupid, but you know, being that bullheaded kind of translates as stupid. It's like, I know what's best for you. Like, clearly you don't. Saw that orange and I was like, maybe somehow we'll have gotten 3 cosmetics in a day. Nope. But hey, got 2 cosmetics on stream in a day. That is something else. Oh boy. Alright. So I think that is it for tonight. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you can subscribe, and faster we get to 50, the faster I can really lean into this and make this more of a profession than a hobby. Alright. Thanks for watching. Catch up with you guys later.